Hello YouTubers, a Someone Reviews here with a look at Transformers Combiner Wars Deluxe Class Groove. Yes, I got Groove. I did not want Rook. When I was doing my whole my getting the whole Defensor set, because there was a Groove at the Batcave place that I've been talking about where I got most of my figures. Where I got some of my figures. Yeah. Figures, and at the end of it I went on I think he was the only figure I got from Amazon, and he was like $50. And this is actually and I also believe he was also the last figure to be made from Combiner Wars before they did Titans Returns, if memory serves me right. Like I said, yeah, these figures has been out for a bit, and I believe this is Takara Tomy, not actual Hasbro. If y'all hear meowing, that is biscuits. And yeah, reason why is because he has way more nicer paint. He has more paint than the other figures, and he also has transparent. He is actually the only figure with transparent plastic. There's the cat meowing. And yeah, and I did went with Groove. Like I said, I did went with Groove. I went with the G1 aesthetic for my Defensor than what Hasbro had, because I believe what you had to do is Groove would be the arm, and First Aid would become the leg. And I didn't like how that looked, because I actually do enjoy the G1. I don't like everything to be G1ified. I want to be clear. I don't like everything to be G1. But when it came to Defensor, I really wanted a G1 Defensor, and this was the best way to get it. To get First Aid as the arm and Groove as the leg, because the original Groove was a Legends class. Really, I don't own an actual. Actually, I do own Legend figures, but they're currently not here. And he was actually supposed to be the chest. He would kind of transform into a way to be part of the chest of Defensor. But Takara Tomy saved us and gave us the proper deluxe class figure, which Retgar. Who's that one guy from Computron? Lightspeed, Nose Cone, Scattershot, Strafe, Afterburner. That's who it is. Afterburner would be a heavy mainly like up here would be like a heavy remold. Because instead of having something similar to this, he would have like a long, like he'd be kind of like a bat pod looking thing. And yeah, and I do have the guns. I did not remove the guns on him though, but these are the guns because it actually has extra lights, and these also look like exhaust pipes, and also painted. Combiner Wars actually had painted light bar, had brakes and lights. And look at that, even the front is silver with transparent plastic, transparent plastic, transparent plastic. And this whole entire gun is transparent plastic with a gun gray painted on it. As you can see, we have police. And there is some odd yellowing. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but right around here is odd yellowing. I don't know if that was by me, if I did something, or it came out of the box that way, but there is that. The rims are painted silver. We have silver right here. Yes, he does have invisible arm syndromes, invisible hand syndromes. We have black up here with some white. We have that bronzy color. And like I said, the lights are painted. Yeah, I do actually technically cheat this system, and I'd say that these are his lights. But I really think some of these are more of supposed to be his lights. But I do prefer to pretend. I do pretend that these are my lights. And yeah. And for comparison, so just to bring them in, here is Streetwise. And by the way, yes, scaling did not matter back in the day still. Cars are bigger than motorcycles. And yet he's supposed to be a leg, and he's supposed to be a leg. Yeah, skinny leg, chunky leg. But still, really cool, very awesome. For some other figures, here he is with Alchemist Prime. And even in motorcycle mode, he is the same. He's if you go by like the like part of the tire, like he is slightly taller with the tire. He's actually bigger than the figure standing up. And here he is with my Cronus Prime. Still, the scaling's off because that's the seat. That's, I don't know motorcycle bits, but that's supposed to be like the seat. Maybe that's supposed to be the seat because the handlebars are there. Oh yeah, he also does have a stand. So he can stand up. Keep the motorcycle from not falling over. Well, I say that and I just rotated his head a full 360. Why I did that, I have no idea. Not your shit. It's not. I already videoed you. Now he just has a whole rotated head. And yeah. Just try to keep those plugged in. Remove the guns. And transformation time. Transformation is pretty much is they all of these figures shared the same transformation. If the light, come on, focus. Whoa, why is it not focused? There we go. There we go. Most of the figures had the same transformation, which would be pretty much fold out the arms in a way, re-accordion the legs, and that's about it. So with him, just pull this up, rotate this all the way. Oh yeah, and there is actually some rotation in the motorcycle if you... There we go. So if you want him to go left or right, you do have that option. I did forget to mention that. Fold that up. Whee! But anyways, and also they do, it's not painted, but they do have like a front area. And yeah, transformation, rotate this 360, just hinge it down. Go up to the arms. Just bring down the arms, rotate by the elbow, and that is the arm all done. Same thing as the other side, which this side is actually a little tighter. And rotate the head. And he is weird because he is the only figure with light piping, and they gave him white eyes. Like, no. Oh no, I just realized they're actually yellow. There's actually yellow inside that thing. He just has a completely cleared head and... Yeah, this figure was weird. That's the only odd part about this figure. And what you want to do is you want to pretty much untab the back. If you had everything tabbed in, this would have tabbed into the back like that, and it would stay. But you just want to untab down, untab those, bring all of this down. And you want to make sure they are situated in this way because you want these tabs. There are 2 tabs here, and there are slots here that you want these to meet. And that should lock the legs in place. Rotate the legs. Untab. Rotate the wheel bits from there. And give him in that the A stance. And that is Groove in his robot mode. Very simple. Very fun though. As you can see, very little shows up. You get more of that bronze color. He does get more silver on his legs. The seats kind of became like his legs. Yes, his knees. Like his knee guards. And like, as you can see, like his shoulders and forearms just all silver, and he has like white. And all around, it's a really cool figure. And yes, he does have typical Combiner Wars front of the vehicle just hanging off his back. Nothing you can do about that. You could probably rotate it, make it look like that, but I do keep it just straight down. And yeah. Yeah, I just realized, I thought his eyes were white for a while, and then I realized there was yellow. That's weird. Articulation, he can't really look up or down, but he can do a full rotation. Arms can go all the way. They can go in and out. There is a forearm swivel. Like 90 degree. I just say arms go up to there because I really don't know if that's like a 90 degree or whatnot. I'm not really good with math stuff. Math words confuse me. He does have a it's not really a waist, it's more like a crotch swivel because that's more of his waist. Biscuits, you know where I'm at. Legs can kick that far. Can kick back that far. He can do the full splits. There is a thigh swivel. Knees bend about that far. And of course, nothing at the feet. And he is the only figure out of the Combiner Wars. There we go. Biscuits. And there we go. And yes, one side is hollowed in the other side. As you can see. Well, minus these bits. It's just these little cylinder things. Those don't bother me. But as you can see, he is the only figure with dual weaponry. And for comparison, trying to get him situated. Which, if y'all are new to this, I don't edit. I don't have nothing to edit with. Yeah, hi. What do you want, baby? I already fed you. And here he is with Streetwise. Like I said, he's the only figure that dual wields. He's the only figure that has a double weapon. Which, actually, if you really want to be technical, Blades actually has 3 weaponry. There we go. And he does have an Autobot logo down here. And yes, in Combiner Wars fashion, Autobot logo on their backs. Autobot logos on their fronts. Even the Decepticons had art mold Decepticon logos and chest sigils. And yeah. And yeah, I really am happy I got a chance to get Defensor at least. At least I got Defensor and Bruticus from Combiner Wars. At least I had 2 of the combiners that they put out from the past. And they're really fun. Most of the figures are remolds just by the heads. And then like their bodies are exactly the same. Like Prowl would be the exact same transformation with different colors. And like you would have like Prowl's head, or if you had Ironhide or Off-Road would have a different head, of course, different coloring. But in that, it would be the same exact figure. Except for Groove. Groove was a new mold, and Brawl had a new mold. Back in the day, Brawl and Groove was a new mold, and I believe he was the last one from the Combiner Wars. And then during Power to Primes, we got Retgar, which was the exact same mold as him. But instead of having the guns, they gave Retgar his 4-bladed axe thing. And there was also Afterburner. I believe they called him Afterbreaker because there was something with the naming, but he was Afterburner, I believe, in the G1. And I believe he had like his guns were like way longer. Well, not, they were like wider if you had Afterburner, and like the guns were like asymmetrical. And to be honest, those were actually the only weaponry out of all of these I actually strongly disliked. I just didn't like the way they looked. And here he is with Vortex. And yes, I will show y'all Blades, because if y'all know, Blades is the exact same mold as Alpha Bravo, Vortex. And yeah, if y'all don't know why I'm mentioning Alpha Bravo, is because Alpha Bravo was actually a character that they used in Combiner Wars. If you get the Superion, I believe Firefly was not made. And they were trying to go with like the IDW comics, where like a good chunk of like Superion was found in pieces, and they used Alpha Bravo, a helicopter, for the leg. Because in the comic, they were severely injured, and one of the bots were like pretty much dead when they arrived. The 4 limbs survived except for Firefly, so they chose Alpha Bravo to take his place. And that's where this mold comes in. And to be honest, if I do get a Superion from Combiner Wars, I want an all Jets Combiner Wars. Because to be honest, I did not like how Alpha Bravo looked. That was actually the main reason why I skipped out on Superion, to be honest, back in the day. The G1ist in me as a little kid did not like the helicopter. I mean, yes, the aerial bots are not my top favorite. That's where Bruticus is. But nor did I actually kind of cared for the aerial bots when I was younger. I kind of appreciate the aerial bots now, and I do look back and I do miss that. But it was the fact that you had to get a helicopter. You got to get Alpha Bravo to become a leg or an arm. And that actually irked me because they were jets. In the G1, they were jets. Superion was nothing but jets. And then when this line came out, they made his mold into the leg to imitate the IDW comics, which was the main reason why I skipped out, because I did not read the comics really, and I just didn't like the way the helicopter looked. And when when Firefly, I believe, was finally announced, it was pretty much too late, and I missed out completely. And to this day, I do wish I had a Superion from Combiner Wars so I can actually do a reference over the new generation and the old generation. Which that's what I'm actually going to be doing with Bruticus once more of the figures, because, you know, there's the other one. There's the other one. He's just hiding. Oh, there is Chalk. That's what you were. Chalk. Because as you can see, we have Bruticus, we have Vortex here in the Combiner Wars and the new Age of the Primes, and I kind of wish I had that comparison back with the other figures. So yeah. At the end of the day, I believe Amazon still has him for $60, I believe. And I think there's only like 17 left if I looked right. Hey, baby. So, yeah. And if y'all do have this figure, that is that's good on y'all. If some of y'all are looking back and seeing which figures to get, excuse me, if y'all just want the figures themselves and not exactly do the full combiner, I do recommend trying to find him somewhere. I know he's a bit pricey, but at the end of the day, it's actually a really good figure. And that's about it. Laters.